What if I told you that one incredibly common meat, the kind sold as healthy, the kind you may have packed into a sandwich just yesterday, is now being directly linked to a 58% higher risk of memory loss in adults over 60? Now pause and think about that. Not fried food, not some weird chemical, just one simple, widely recommended meat. And it could be accelerating the decline of your brain. Silently, slowly, every time you eat it. Scary part? It's not something exotic. You've seen it 100 times this year. It's sold in virtually every grocery store. It's pushed by big diet plans. It's even labeled heart healthy in bold green letters. But here's the truth no one tells you. What it does inside your body is the opposite of healthy. It stirs up chronic inflammation. It damages your arteries. It raises your blood pressure, and even worse, it gradually erodes the areas of your brain responsible for memory, focus, and clear thinking. And the kicker? Most seniors eat it thinking they're making a good choice. That's how upside-down modern food marketing has become. By the way, if we haven't met, I'm Dr. Aidan Szabo. For the last 15 years, I've helped thousands of people over 60 take control of their health, not with pills or crash diets, but by understanding what food really does to the aging body. Because here's what most people don't realize. After 60, your body changes. Your joints don't recover as fast. Your digestion slows down. And what used to be healthy in your 40s or 50s, it might now be fueling inflammation, brain fog, or fatigue without you even knowing it. That's where I come in. I work with seniors who want to stay independent, mobile, and pain-free, without getting buried in medications or feeling lost in fad diets. And in today's video, I'm going to show you something that could change the way you eat forever. We're going to break down the 4 meats you should absolutely avoid after 60, and the 4 meats your body craves to stay strong, sharp, and energized. This is backed by clinical research, real results, and decades of experience working with aging adults just like you. Now, before we get into the list, I want you to do 2 quick things that really help grow this powerful senior wellness community. First, scroll down and drop a quick comment telling us where you're watching from. You'd be amazed how many people across the country and the world are waking up to the power of food as medicine. This channel is becoming a gathering place for people just like you. Proactive, informed, and done with being dismissed by mainstream medicine. Second, if you care about your health, your mobility, your mental clarity, if you care about staying sharp, strong, and self-sufficient deep into your 70s, 80s, and even 90s, go ahead and tap that like button and hit subscribe. Not because it helps me, because it helps you. It fills your feed with the kind of life-changing content you won't get from cable news, hospital brochures, or random ads on the internet. In this video, I'm revealing something critical. The 4 worst meats that quietly age your body from the inside out. And the 4 best meats that actually reverse those effects by nourishing your joints, your brain, and your heart. These aren't guesses. These are real, evidence-backed answers. We'll explore what the research says, what doctors studying aging are actually recommending, and what real-world seniors are doing right now to stay vibrant and active, with far less reliance on medications. You'll learn which meats to ditch immediately, which ones to welcome back into your kitchen, and the easiest ways to make these swaps without losing flavor, satisfaction, or budget control. Because here's the secret. After 60, what you put on your plate becomes your daily prescription. Food can either inflame or heal. It can either speed up aging or help you age in reverse. And the best part? You're in charge. So stick with me, because what you're about to learn isn't just helpful. It could save you years of avoidable pain, pills, procedures, and maybe even help protect your memory, your strength, and your independence. Let's dive in. Number 1, deli meats ham, turkey slices, salami, roast beef, even those lean, low-sodium, or natural cold cuts. Let's have a heart-to-heart about one of the sneakiest enemies in your kitchen. If you open your fridge right now, chances are there's a pack of deli meat sitting there. Maybe it's turkey slices, maybe ham for sandwiches, maybe roast beef or bologna. Quick, easy, and no cooking required. It feels like a smart choice. After all, it's meat. It's protein. It's low fat, right? But here's the truth. Deli meats are one of the most dangerous foods people over 60 can eat, especially when it comes to memory, mobility, and long-term health. Let me explain. These meats don't come from a farm. They come from a factory. They're manufactured more than they're butchered. And that means they're packed, and I mean packed, with chemical additives designed to preserve them, color them, flavor them, and keep them from going bad on the shelf. The worst offenders? Sodium nitrates. These keep deli meats pink, but they've also been linked to increased risk of colorectal cancer and arterial stiffness. Phosphates, used to keep texture and juiciness, but they quietly strip calcium from your bones and disrupt kidney function over time. Preservatives and hidden sugars, which stoke the fire of chronic inflammation. That means more joint pain, more brain fog, and more wear and tear on your organs. Number 2. Charred red meats. Think sizzling steaks with grill marks, barbecued ribs with that blackened crust, or those juicy flame-broiled burgers with a smoky bite. Now listen, I get it. Grilled meat tastes amazing. There's something about a smoky steak or a charred burger that feels like summer, like celebration, like comfort. But if you're over 60, this cooking method could quietly be doing more harm than good, because the issue isn't the meat itself, it's how it's cooked. When meat, especially red meat, is exposed to extremely high heat, like grilling or pan-searing until it's crisp or blackened, it creates compounds known as HCAs, heterocyclic amines, and PAHs, polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons. Let's break that down. HCAs form when muscle meat is cooked at high temps. The longer and hotter it cooks, the more HCAs form. PAHs show up when fat drips onto the flame, creating smoke that coats the meat with dangerous chemicals. And here's why it matters. Both of these compounds have been classified as probable human carcinogens by major health organizations, including the National Cancer Institute. That's right, your steak may look delicious on the outside, but inside your body it could be laying the groundwork for DNA damage, cancer development, and accelerated aging. But it doesn't stop there. These high-heat compounds also trigger oxidative stress, which inflames your joints, tightens your blood vessels, and wears down the very collagen that keeps your skin firm and your knees flexible. Translation? That perfect sear on your ribeye could be speeding up the aging of your joints, your skin, and even your memory. And here's what makes it more dangerous for seniors. As we age, our body's natural detox pathways, like glutathione production and enzyme activity, start to slow down. So those toxins from charred meats, they don't just pass through. They build up, and over time, they can create a toxic load that spills over into inflammation, stiffness, and even long-term illness. So what should you do instead? You don't have to give up red meat completely. You just have to cook it smarter. Go low and slow. That means braising, baking, roasting, or slow cooking. These methods keep temperatures down and nutrients intact while avoiding those dangerous chemical reactions. Marinate with intention. Herbs like rosemary, thyme, garlic, turmeric, and oregano have powerful antioxidant properties. Studies show that marinating meat with these herbs can reduce HCA formation by up to 90%. Choose cuts with less fat dripping, less flare-up, less smoke, fewer PAHs. And if you do grill, keep the meat further from the flame. Flip it often. And don't eat the blackened edges. Scrape them off. That crispy char may taste good, but it's a chemical cocktail your body doesn't need. Big picture, You don't have to say goodbye to your grill forever. You just need to upgrade your method. Because if you're over 60, every bite is either working for you or against you. And those flame kiss favorites, they might be aging you faster than you realize. So next time you fire up the grill, do it with wisdom, cook with care, and protect the amazing body you've spent decades building. Number 3, sausages and hot dogs. Even the organic or natural ones aren't off the hook. Let's talk about those classic comfort meats. Hot dogs, bratwursts, Italian sausages. They've been in cookouts, breakfasts, and family dinners for generations. And sure, they're delicious, quick, satisfying. They remind you of summer days, baseball games, and maybe even childhood memories. But for your body, especially after 60, they're a disaster in disguise. Why? Because sausages and hot dogs aren't just meat. They're a blend of meat scraps, additives, emulsifiers, and preservatives. Engineered for shelf life, not for your health. Let's start with what's actually in them. Fillers like cornstarch, modified food starch, or soy protein concentrate. These cheap bulking agents offer zero nutrition but make your gut work overtime. Chemical preservatives like sodium nitrite and BHA, known to form carcinogenic compounds inside your body, especially when heated. Artificial flavorings and natural smoke flavor. Translation: lab-created compounds that confuse your digestive system and inflame your tissues. Processed fats, the worst kind of fat for aging joints, heart health, and metabolism. Even the ones labeled organic or uncured still often contain hidden phosphates, excess salt, and suspicious natural flavor enhancers that wreak havoc on digestion. But here's the part most people don't know. The texture of sausages, that soft, bouncy bite, is created through mechanical manipulation. It's designed for mouthfeel, but it makes your body work harder to break it down. That means slower digestion, more bloating, and a heavier load on your liver and kidneys. For seniors, that's a problem. Your metabolism is slowed. Your enzyme output is lower. Your inflammation is already higher. And these meats just pour gas on that fire. The result? Joint pain that never seems to go away. A bloated belly no matter what else you're eating. And that sluggish, tired feeling after meals. The kind that makes you want to nap instead of move. So what's the alternative? If it's the flavor you love, that seasoned, savory, slightly smoky kick, you can recreate it in a much healthier way. Ground turkey or grass-fed beef, seasoned with real spices like fennel, paprika, garlic, sage, and pepper, can taste just like sausage, without the junk. Add a little sea salt and avocado oil and pan-fry it yourself. You get full control over what goes in, and your body gets real nourishment. Or go Mediterranean. Grill lean lamb with rosemary and lemon. Satisfying, bold, anti-inflammatory. Bottom line, sausages and hot dogs might bring back warm memories, but they also bring cold, hard consequences, especially for aging bodies. You deserve better than industrial scraps in a plastic casing. So the next time you're tempted to grab that organic turkey dog or apple chicken sausage, flip the label, read the ingredients, and ask yourself, is this food, or is it just engineered flavor? Then make the swap, because your joints, your gut, and your energy will immediately feel the difference. Number 4, factory-farmed chicken, yes. Even chicken, the so-called healthy choice, can quietly sabotage your wellness. Chicken. It's the go-to meat for millions of people trying to eat clean. Grilled chicken breast, rotisserie chicken, chicken salads. It's lean, it's familiar, it's affordable. And it's often labeled as the smarter option compared to beef or pork. But here's the shocking truth. Not all chicken is created equal. And some of the most affordable, easy-to-find chicken is one of the most toxic meats you can put in your body. Let's break it down. Factory-farmed chicken, the kind sold in most big-name supermarkets, is raised in crowded, high-stress environments where the goal isn't nutrition, it's mass production. And in that process, a lot of corners get cut. The result? A product that may look like healthy meat, but is actually pumped full of hidden dangers. Why it's bad? Most cheap chicken is injected with salt water, preservatives, and stabilizers to make it look plump and juicy. That adds weight and volume, but also dramatically increases sodium intake without you realizing it. It's often raised on genetically modified GMO corn and soy, laced with glyphosate and other chemicals that disrupt gut health, hormone balance, and immune response. Factory farm birds are routinely given antibiotics, not because they're sick, but to prevent illness in overcrowded barns. That leads to antibiotic-resistant bacteria, which you end up ingesting. The stress of confinement in those industrial settings causes the animal to release stress hormones that affect the nutritional composition of the meat. So while you think you're choosing a light, lean protein, you're actually getting a meat product that's been tampered with from start to finish. Nutritionally hollow, chemically bloated, and inflammation triggering. And for people over 60, the stakes are higher. Your digestion isn't as fast or strong. Your detox systems are already working overtime. Your hormones, joints, and brain function are more sensitive to daily chemical loads. So those seemingly small doses of preservatives, antibiotics, and unnatural feed, they add up, and they compound every time you eat another chicken sandwich or grill another breast. What to do instead? Look for pasture-raised, free-range, or certified organic chicken. These birds are raised outdoors on natural feed, without hormone injections or antibiotics. They're more nutrient-dense, better for your gut, and better for your long-term health. Want a shortcut? Shop at places like Thrive Market, Butcher Box, or local farmers markets where you can trace the source. Or if budget's a concern, choose bone-in, skin-on organic thighs. They're cheaper than breasts, higher in collagen and iron, and way more flavorful. Cook slow, roasting, baking, or stewing to preserve nutrients and create deeper, richer meals. Bottom line, not all chicken is clean. And when you're over 60, every bite either supports your aging body or weighs it down. You deserve real food that nourishes your cells, not meat that's been manipulated for profit. So check the label. Ask where it came from, and upgrade your chicken. Your digestion, your hormones, and your energy will thank you for it. Alrighty guys, now let's get into the 4 best meats you absolutely should be incorporating into your diet. ASAP. Number 1. You ready guys? Bone broth meats. Think oxtail, beef shank, marrow bones, or bone-in chicken thighs, cooked low and slow until they fall apart with a spoon. This one's a game changer. If you're over 60 and dealing with creaky knees, sore hips, or gut issues that just won't go away, this might be the most powerful food upgrade you can make. Because when you simmer meat on the bone, whether it's in a stew, a slow cooker, or a pressure cooker, you're doing something incredible. You're releasing the natural medicine hidden deep inside those bones. We're talking about collagen, the scaffolding protein that holds your joints, skin, and gut lining together. Gelatin, a natural gut soother and digestion enhancer. Glucosamine and chondroitin, 2 compounds often sold as pricey supplements, but found naturally in simmered bones. Minerals like calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, all in forms your body can actually absorb. And unlike supplements, bone broth meats come with flavor, satisfaction, and the deep nourishment your body knows how to use. Why it's healing. This isn't hype. Studies have shown that collagen-rich bone broths can help reduce joint stiffness, improve skin elasticity, soothe inflammation in the gut, and even support immune health in older adults. If you're someone who wakes up with stiff fingers, if your knees click going upstairs, if your digestion feels off no matter how clean you eat, bone broth meats might be your secret weapon. And it doesn't take much. How to use it. Make a big batch of soup or stew once a week using bone-in cuts. Think oxtail, short ribs, or chicken thighs with the skin still on. Add veggies, herbs, garlic, and a splash of apple cider vinegar, which helps draw minerals from the bones. Simmer low and slow for 6 to 12 hours. The longer it cooks, the more powerful it becomes. Freeze leftovers into portions. You've now got a week's worth of healing meals ready to go. And here's the best part. Your joints will notice. So will your digestion. So will your skin. Bone broth meats aren't just food. They're nature's multivitamin in a bowl. Number 2. Wild-caught fatty fish salmon. Sardines, mackerel, herring. Rich, flavorful, and full of life-extending benefits. If you could eat one thing to protect your brain, ease your joints, and support your heart all at once, this would be it. Why it works. These fish are loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, particularly EPA and DHA, 2 nutrients that fight inflammation like nothing else in nature. Here's what the research says. Seniors who eat wild-caught fatty fish just twice a week have up to a 43% lower risk of Alzheimer's disease. Omega-3s improve joint mobility, reduce pain and stiffness, and even boost mood and memory, all crucial as you age. Fatty fish also support healthy skin, hormone balance, and cardiovascular rhythm. And unlike most supplements, this is the real form, from real food, where the nutrients are paired with cofactors that help your body absorb and use them effectively. But not all fish are created equal. Farmed fish are often fed unnatural diets, exposed to toxins, and lower in beneficial fats. That's why wild-caught is the key. It's more nutrient-dense, more ethical, and better for your health. How to use it. Grab canned wild salmon or sardines in olive oil. They're affordable, convenient, and shelf-stable. Grill or bake fresh wild-caught mackerel or herring. Serve with lemon, herbs, or mustard. Make it a habit. 2 and 3 servings per week is enough to make a serious impact. Pro tip. If you're new to oily fish, start with wild salmon. It's mild, meaty, and pairs well with almost anything. Bottom line? Fatty fish doesn't just add years to your life, it adds life to your years. If there's one protein that supports the aging brain, heart, and body all at once, this is it. Number 3. Grass-fed beef has gotten a bad reputation over the years, sometimes unfairly. The truth is, when it's grass-fed, minimally processed, and cooked the right way, beef can be one of the most nutrient-dense, energy-supporting meats for people over 60. Why it matters. Grass-fed beef is naturally higher in omega-3 fatty acids, those same inflammation-fighting fats found in wild salmon. It's also packed with conjugated linoleic acid, or CLA. That's a special type of fat that's been shown to support healthy weight management, preserve lean muscle mass, and even boost immune resilience. Here's something most people don't know. CLA levels are 2 to 3 times higher in grass-fed cattle than in grain-fed feedlot cattle. So while a regular steak may taste similar, what's happening inside your body is drastically different. Grass-fed beef is also richer in key micronutrients, zinc, iron, B12, that directly support brain function, oxygen circulation, and sustained physical energy. If you've been feeling weaker, more fatigued, or just low on stamina, this kind of meat can help rebuild your inner engine. But how you cook it is just as important. Cook it smart. Avoid high heat and especially any blackened edges. Instead, sear it gently in olive oil, then finish it low and slow. Think stew, braise, or simmered chili. These methods preserve the nutrients while avoiding harmful compounds like heterocyclic amines that form at high temperatures. Choose ground grass-fed beef and mix it with spices for burgers. Use stew beef for hearty soups. Pan-cook steak rare or medium. Never charred, never crispy. This isn't just about taste. It's about turning beef into a healing food that supports your muscles, your metabolism, and your mind as you age. Last but not least, we're on to number 4. Organic turkey or chicken, skin on. For years, fat was treated like the villain. We were told to remove the skin, go boneless, bake everything dry. But here's what we know now. Nature puts fat where nutrients live. And when you choose organic or pasture-raised poultry, that skin becomes a health asset. Why it's powerful. Poultry skin, especially from organic or pasture-raised birds, is rich in glycine, an amino acid your body uses to support digestive health, build strong connective tissues, and maintain cognitive sharpness. Glycine also calms the nervous system. It improves sleep quality, which in turn helps with hormone balance, memory retention, and immune recovery. 3 things that become more critical with age. Beyond glycine, keeping the skin on helps you absorb key fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K2. These are essential for calcium absorption, heart rhythm regulation, and overall vitality. And yes, the fat from poultry skin actually supports your metabolism when combined with clean protein, especially in the absence of processed carbs and sugars. How to prep it. Choose whole organic or pasture-raised birds whenever possible. Roast them slowly with garlic, lemon, rosemary, and olive oil. The slower you cook it, the more flavor you unlock, and the more collagen and glycine you retain. Save every part. The bones and leftover skin can be simmered into a deeply healing broth that supports your joints, digestion, and immune strength. Use the meat in multiple meals, salads, soups, stir-fries. 1 chicken becomes a week's worth of powerful restorative nutrition. You don't need to be afraid of poultry fat when it comes from the right bird. What you need to be afraid of is heavily processed, chemically treated, low-quality meat that's been stripped of everything natural. Choose birds raised with care. Keep the skin. And give your body the nourishment it's been craving. Honest food with real healing power. Let's go back to where we started. That healthy deli turkey. The one labeled as lean, low-fat, maybe even heart-friendly. The one we've all leaned on at some point for a quick lunch. Turns out it was never clean. It's loaded with sodium nitrates, phosphates, and chemical preservatives. And while it might keep your sandwich neat and your prep time short, it quietly compromises your blood pressure, your memory, and your long-term health. Just because something is marketed as lean doesn't mean it's clean. That's the bait, and millions of people fall for it every day. But here's the empowering truth. You don't have to give up meat. You don't have to go vegan. You don't need to suffer through bland meals or spend a fortune on health food. All you need to do is upgrade the type of meat you're eating and change how you're preparing it. From hidden hazards to healing foods, your plate can go from inflammatory to anti-aging in one grocery trip. You're not stuck with what you've always eaten. You're in control now. You have the knowledge. You have the tools. And you have every reason to take action. Because your energy, your joints, your brain, they all depend on what you choose next. Now, you've got the full picture. 4 meats that rob your body of strength, clarity, and resilience. 4 meats that help restore mobility, reduce pain, sharpen your mind, and energize your days. This isn't about dieting. This is about defending your health. This is about giving your body what it's been asking for. Real food, natural fuel, proteins that repair, not inflame. You don't need complicated plans or magic pills. You need clarity. You need simplicity. And that's exactly what this video gave you. So now I want to hear from you. Which meat are you cutting out first? And which healing meat are you adding to your plate this week? Drop your answer in the comments below. Let's build a community of seniors who are choosing smarter, feeling better, and aging stronger together. And if you want a free list of anti-inflammatory meat recipes, grab it in the description below. It's yours. Make sure you subscribe, because this is just the beginning. We've got more wellness videos made specifically for seniors coming your way, with tools, tips, and science-backed strategies that put you in the driver's seat of your health. You've got this.